I'm Marty Stauffer. This glorious spot is the Grand Canyon of the Yellowstone River. These falls drop over 300 feet. That's twice as high as Niagara. But even more than the scenery and geysers, Yellowstone National Park here in Wyoming means wildlife, especially bears. When we think of bears, we usually think of grizzlies. What is this creature anyway? A horrible monster or a lovable clown? Of all our ideas about animals, the grizzly is certainly the most complex and contradictory. The bear is more a creature of legends and our imaginations than a scientific fact. In the past, we persecuted and killed grizzlies with no regard for their place in nature. Now, we're finally beginning to know and understand the few bears which remain on the last shrinking remnants of their range. The end may be near for the time of the grizzly. It's the largest carnivore in the world, weighing up to 800 pounds and standing 8 feet tall. It's feared by many and loved by others. Intelligent enough to be easily tamed, yet forever wild. When a cub, it's among the most playful and inquisitive in the animal world. It's the grizzly bear of North America. But how can you tell a bear is a grizzly? Many, in fact, are grizzled, with long, white-tipped hair. But another color phase is blonde, sometimes almost white. The dark color phase can be brown to nearly black. The fourth color phase is known as the bald face. It's easy enough to tell a grizzly from a black bear if the black bear is black. But they too can be almost any shade from light to dark. The easiest way to tell a grizzly from a black bear is by size and shape. A grizzly, seen here, is usually much bigger. It has a large shoulder hump and a dished face. The profile is much straighter on a black bear. Whatever its color, a grizzly is always eating. It is a carnivore, but it's also a vegetarian. It's often seen eating grass. More appropriately, the grizzly is an omnivore, eating anything and everything it can find. This bear is digging for ants. In autumn, berries are a favorite food, and a meadow like this provides a feast for a mother and her cubs. With cold weather approaching, they eat constantly and put on a layer of fat for their winter sleep. The family dens together for 1 or 2 winters. But this winter, the cubs must find their own dens. Their mother has taught them all the secrets of survival, and now they are ready to go off on their own. This rare footage shows a mother trying to leave her grown cubs. The cubs will make a den on a well-drained slope, probably under a tree with roots to hold up the dugout cave. A male bear may start to dig in September, yet not enter its den until Christmas. A female with cubs will den up much earlier. But all bears will enter their dens when snow is falling, so their tracks will be covered and they won't be followed. I think the survival adaptation is probably a holdover from the days when they were hunted by prehistoric man. Once in the den, all body functions slow down dramatically, and the bear lives off its fat layer, which may be up to 8 inches thick. By February, a pregnant female will give birth. Two cubs are the rule, each a little over 1 pound in weight and 1 foot in length. Incredibly tiny compared to their massive mother. The cubs have closed eyes, a thin covering of hair, and are able to do little more than crawl and nurse. The female bear was bred last July, but the fertilized eggs remained dormant and only started growing in the fall. This is called delayed implantation. It means that the young are born premature. They are so small, in fact, that their mother has no problem producing enough milk for them, even though she herself has not eaten for several months and is not likely to eat for several more. When the bears emerge hungry from the den, they often feed on winter-killed animals, like this elk. The old males emerge first, as early as March. Most come out in April, and a female with new cubs might not appear until May. For the first time, the cubs meet the outside world, and it's full of delightful surprises. High up on an alpine snowfield, even the normally serious mother grizzly joins in the fun. I've watched adult bears taking the trouble to climb a hill over and over again, just for the brief thrill of sliding down. Constant play is a vital part of every cub's education, in which the growing youngster's expanding environment is tested and explored. And exploring is what being a grizzly cub is all about. There are many other creatures to meet in the wilderness. Some, like this raccoon, are as curious and active as the cub herself. This female cub has wandered away from her mother. The mother bear is never too far away, and she is usually within calling distance. Soon enough, the cub decides to return. But how? The current is too swift here, so she goes downstream. Most animals swim instinctively. With a little help from her huge paws, she swims to the other shore and to Mother Bear. Adult grizzlies seldom come together. When two large males meet and compete for one female, the result is bound to be nothing less than spectacular. These battles can end in death, and for territorial reasons, large males may sometimes kill small cubs. The female, which is much smaller than the males, watches from a safe distance as the winner assumes a dominance posture over the loser, or subordinate bear. Outside of these mating battles and a brief courtship period between male and female, the only other time that the solitary adult bears come together is during the annual salmon run. For these 6-month-old triplets, still nursing, this will be their first taste of meat. Older bears know all about salmon, and often prefer to eat the eggs first. They select and defend the prime fishing spots. Convincing her cubs that an enormous thrashing salmon can be eaten at all is quite a teaching job for the mother bear. She continues to pull out fish, but her cubs want nothing to do with them. Yet salmon is a vital source of protein, especially with the long winter to come. Once the fish is subdued, the cub's curiosity and hunger overcomes their fear. Seagulls flock to pick up the scraps as the bears feed. By next spring, the cubs will be ready to hunt on their own. Meat is highly prized, yet hard to come by. This Alaskan caribou has been severely wounded. A wandering mother and her cubs are on their never-ending search for food. With her keen nose, she follows the scent of blood. The caribou stands its ground. It could normally defend itself well by simply running away. Its wounds force it to stay and fight. Its antlers and sharp hooves are dangerous weapons, and the bears know it. You can see from her cautious approach that this mother bear has not done this sort of thing often. In fact, I think it's quite possible that she has never killed a large animal before. Bears rarely do, but in this unusual situation, her courage is strengthened because she can sense that the caribou is vulnerable. The cubs stay clear as she presses the attack. healthy caribou could have easily escaped. The wounded one becomes prey for the grizzly mother with growing cubs to feed. In the wild, death nourishes life, so that the natural cycle can continue as it has for millions of years. Not always without a struggle, but certainly always as it was meant to be. When we see that a grizzly can kill an animal much larger than itself, we naturally are concerned that it could also kill us. Is the bear a horrible monster? I don't think so, especially when you realize that in North America, fewer people are killed by bears each year than are killed by honeybees or lightning. It's just that bears are more dramatic, and the bad ones always make the headlines. In a few instances when bears and humans clash, the conflict is almost always avoidable. Hunters, of course, know that a wounded bear can be deadly, but anyone who ventures into grizzly territory also needs to know about other dangers. The main one is approaching a female with cubs and giving her the mistaken impression that you pose a threat to her family. Bears will also fiercely defend their food supply, such as the carcass of a dead animal, which they pile up with leaves and dirt into a 4 or 5 foot mound. If you find such a mound, stay away. There are several other rules for correct behavior in grizzly country, so before you go camping, do some research. Learn how not to attract bears to your campsite, and how to keep threatening encounters to a minimum. Since the male is solitary, grizzly family life consists of a mother and her cubs. A female can be ready to breed as early as 3 years of age, sometimes not until as late as 7 or 8. She spends several years with her cubs, caring for them and teaching them the ways of the wilderness. A breeding female may have up to 5 cubs, but is most likely to have only 2 cubs every 3 years. Everything about a grizzly's reproduction is slow, and this makes the bear very vulnerable to changes brought about by man. After several days of eating and sleeping by the caribou carcass, the bears now seem content. They share the meat with scavengers like this magpie. For a cub, this scavenger also makes a lively playmate. Even inanimate rocks make good toys. But soon they're back doing what grizzlies do most, eating. With some time out for more play. While the mother rests, the river rises, And finally, the caribou carcass floats away. The playful cubs don't seem to be bothered. The caribou was an unexpected and welcome find for them all. Now it returns to the inevitable flow of life. And the bears also move on, as they always have and always will. Their only enemy is man, with his guns and his inroads into the bears' last strongholds of wilderness. The grizzlies must keep moving, for food and for freedom. They must find wild lands where they can reign supreme as they have for thousands and thousands of years. The grizzly bear was once a symbol of the Wild West. That West is gone forever, and with it, most of the bears form a range. More than any other animal, the grizzly requires large areas of undisturbed wilderness, far from man. Even a small intrusion like road building can drive it away. The grizzly's last strongholds must be protected. We must learn to understand and accept this magnificent animal, even if that means we won't be able to live or play near it. Only we can make sure that tomorrow will also be the time of the grizzly. I'm Marty Stelfer. Until next time, enjoy our wild America.